Hi guys, welcome back to my garden. If you're new here, I'm Dominika. I went grocery shopping and this is what I came back home with. I'm sure you can relate. Well, not all of this is for me. I'm probably gonna keep just a couple of bags and the rest is for other projects that I'm gonna be doing outside of my balcony, projects that I do for other people. But since I have all of these bulbs here with me, I thought I will share with you some ideas on what summer bulbs you can plant in your shady or partially shady container garden. Because as someone who has been gardening in the shade for the past 10 years, I know how hard it can be to find bulbs for shade. They are never tagged as bulbs for shade. They are always tagged for full sun or eventually for partial shade. But there's actually a ton of bulbs that can be grown in lower light situations. So today I want to share with you some ideas. The great thing about summer bulbs is that we plant them now in the spring, and in a matter of a couple of months you can already enjoy them in your garden. Most of them are perennial, so it's a one-time investment. You can keep them from year to year. Some bulbs are more winter hardy than others, so some can be left outside permanently in containers, and others you will have to dig up at the end of the season and store. So let's dive into it. Okay, so the plant we're gonna start with is caladium. I actually have some caladium tubers that I kept from the previous years. Caladiums are beautiful tropical plants. They come in so many gorgeous colors and color combinations. They have either arrow-shaped leaves or heart-shaped leaves, and we grow them for that beautiful foliage because that foliage is so stunning and it can provide a ton of interest and a ton of color in a shady garden. So you can grow them in full shade, partial shade. I have seen them being grown in full sun as well. And the thing about caladiums is that you can plant them on their own. They look stunning just on their own in individual containers. You can mix them in your summer compositions. They also make great houseplants. I usually plant some outdoors and then I keep some indoors as houseplants. The only thing is that they are frost tender. They are cold tender. So you have to either start them early indoors and then transfer them outside, or wait a little longer and plant them directly in your container garden when the weather warms up. And the same at the end of the season, they go dormant, so you have to dig them up and store them indoors over winter because they are not cold hardy. Okay, next we have oxalis. Now there are different species of oxalis and they are all beautiful and they all grow well everywhere. You can grow them in full shade, partial shade, full sun. You can grow them as houseplants, but the variety that I want to highlight for you today is Oxalis Iron Cross, because this one compared to other oxalises is pretty winter hardy. It produces these beautiful green leaves. They look like clovers, and then it has these dainty, tiny pink flowers that attract smaller pollinators to your shady container garden. And because it is so low growing, it grows pretty short, you can treat it almost as a ground cover in your container garden. You can plant it in a very shallow container and then kind of tuck it underneath your larger plants. It looks very beautiful. You could also plant these bulbs into your larger pots, underplant your larger plants with this. I think that will look really beautiful as well. All right, next up are begonias. Begonias are one of the best plants you can plant in your container garden in general because they have such a long blooming period. They bloom all summer long, non-stop. They are also quite drought tolerant, and the best part is you can grow them in full shade, partial shade, and in full sun. They are pretty adaptable. I like tubers begonias because these can be easily kept from year to year as perennials. They are not very frost hardy, so they are best dug up at the end of the season and stored indoors. I dug up, I think, about 20 begonia tubers and kept them from last year's garden to be able to plant them this year. And you have so many beautiful ones to choose from. You have double blooms, single blooms, multiple colors. Some have fragrance, some are without fragrance. Some have more of a trailing habit, others are more compact. So highly encourage you to give begonias a try. Next on the list is a lily. We have one lily over here, I think. We have a lily Montego Bay. Lilies are great for partial shade. I have grown lilies successfully with about 2-3 hours of morning sunlight. You could grow them in full shade as long as it's not a deep shade. So what I mean by that is if you don't have any direct sunlight but you have pretty good light levels, like you have bright indirect light, then you can also try to grow lilies. And all kinds of lilies do well in containers. In my garden I grew tree lilies, Martagon lilies, Asiatic lilies, hybrid, Oriental lilies, all kinds of lilies. I know that some people don't like the fragrance of lilies. They find that fragrance to be a little bit overwhelming. And if you like lilies but you don't like the fragrance, you could try Asiatic lilies. Asiatic lilies usually don't have any fragrance. Some hybrid lilies also don't have fragrance, but it's always worth checking on the package. It's usually written if that lily is scented or not, but Asiatic lilies tend to don't have any fragrance. Now lilies are great as cut flowers. They are pretty winter hardy. They attract pollinators. The only downside I would say to growing lilies is that they don't bloom for a very long time. Usually they bloom for a couple of weeks at a time. But the good thing is that different lilies bloom at slightly different times. So if the space allows, you could plant different types of lilies and have them bloom in a succession over a period of time. All right, just a couple more ideas. We have liatras. Now these are frost hardy, easy to grow, low maintenance, trouble free, and they are a magnet for bees and butterflies. These can tolerate many different growing conditions. They do prefer full sun, but they can be grown in the shade as well, as long as you provide a well-draining potting mix. So as you can see, these produce these beautiful fluffy spikes of flowers. You can find them in shades of pink and white, and they do come in different sizes. You can find shorter varieties, you can find taller varieties. I'm a huge fan of those taller varieties because I think they provide a very spectacular vertical interest in a container garden. They also bloom over a long period of time, so that makes them yet another good option for shady or partially shady container gardens. I was sure that I bought pink calla lily, but I can't find it anywhere, so I guess I didn't end up buying it, but that's okay. We can still talk about this. So calla lilies or arum lilies, the Xanthidesca species, these are yet another great option for partially shady gardens. And what I find really fascinating about calla lilies is what we perceive as flower is actually a modified leaf. It's a bract that kind of wraps around that central spike. And with Xanthidescas, different species have different hardiness range. Some Xanthidescas, some calla lilies can be left outside because they are winter hardy. For example, the Xanthidesca aethiopica varieties, they can be left outside, but then there are varieties that are frost tender that need to be brought indoors. And obviously they come in many beautiful, well, it's not a flower, but let's call it a flower just for the purpose of this video. So they come in many flower colors, but also the leaves are pretty interesting. You can find just plain green leaves, and then some leaves have beautiful like speckles and kind of patterns on them. So there's definitely a lot to choose from. And if you garden in a fairly mild climate, those leaves can actually be evergreen for you. Calla lilies are best grown in partial shade. They do need at least a little bit of sunlight, like at least a couple of hours of morning sunlight, or eventually, as I said earlier, like bright indirect light. You don't want to be placing them in like a deep shade. They also like quite a bit of water. They like the soil to be slightly moist at all times. They do not like to dry out. Obviously, there's a lot more very interesting bulbs that you can plant in your shady container garden. These are just some really easy to find, easy to grow, and beginner friendly options, but there's a ton more interesting bulbs out there. I myself am trying some new stuff this year. I picked 3 different bulbs that I have never grown before. Here they are. I'm gonna put you the names on the screen in case if you want to try something a little bit more unusual, something a little bit different. So here are the 3 bulbs I'm gonna be planting in my container garden this year. But I hope that you found some interesting ideas in today's video. If you did, I would appreciate if you could leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more container gardening content. Thank you so much for spending some time in the garden with me today. I wish you a beautiful day, and we will see each other in the next video.